What's going on, guys? And we are here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make sure this audio sounds good. Let me know how that sounds. But today it is, well, how was it, January, November 20th. I got to send my girlfriend a happy birthday text. Happy birthday, bitch. Love you so much. What? I meant to send this last night because she's so good at sending me stuff at night, but I gotta send this to my girlfriend. Dude, I was awake at midnight and I didn't send my fucking girlfriend of 5 years almost a happy birthday to send the. I hope you have the greatest day ever. I love you so, so much. It's unreal. You're the best ever. All right, there we go. We sent my girlfriend messages. She should love me. Okay, that's the important part, ladies and gentlemen. We need to make sure she still loves me. So there we go. Let's continue this. Thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, I think it's going to be interesting today. As you guys see, I'm solo manning this. Nobody's came to help me. I feel like Jackson's asleep. Henry's out of town. Henry went to go visit his folks back in the Indiana Dunes, and then myself, I'm here in my condo. But we got a few things to talk about. Let's talk about it. First thing that I want to talk about is the Oklahoma City Thunder and Chet Holmgren, as well as I'm looking forward to talking about, we had the Sacramento Kings on the list. We additionally had, I don't know why I'm blanking right now, the Detroit Pistons, which I made a video on the Orlando Magic or the other teams that I wanted to talk about. But if we want to do some housekeeping news real quick, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over here and let's talk about some stuff on Real GM. So one of the funny things I saw that we just got, okay, basically, we'll talk about these two things about the Detroit Pistons I want to talk about later because I feel like we can discuss that later. But all right, dude, they've never put the NBA discussion threads this high ever before. But what I wanted to talk about was this one right here. Shaq wanting to own a team. And this was you guys know I love talking, about guys who could potentially own franchises, et cetera, et cetera. And what we're hearing is Shaquille O'Neal was a co-host for a pre-race party ahead of F1 event in Las Vegas. Of course, the topic of discussion is inevitable when Shaq is there that they wouldn't turn to NBA expansion. Supposedly, he wants a team, and he doesn't want to be a minority owner. No, he wants to be like a majority owner. He's cool with LeBron being a part of it, but he doesn't want to be. He says that there's two types of owners: ones that just want bragging rights, then the ones who are in the decision-making process, which like Mark Cubans of the world. Yeah, so I definitely think it's interesting right there. I also want to see this one. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Trevor Simeon's on the practice squad. They're not. It's pretty interesting, that whole Zach Wilson stuff. But yeah, let's go back to me. And I think it's one of the things that we're waiting for or trying to figure out, like, if it's going to be the reason that I think this team, Las Vegas, is going to be good is because it's going to have a good ownership group. Like, the last Las Vegas team was fantastic when they came through. So, there's that, ladies and gentlemen. There's always that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the Detroit Pistons team that, for me, I thought, ladies and gentlemen, it's not pretty out there in Detroit, okay? If you're a Detroit Pistons fan, you don't deserve this. Like, seriously, you should be a better team. And Kate Cunningham doesn't deserve this. Also, what are your guys' thoughts on Kate Cunningham? I'm a pretty big Kate Cunningham fan, but I got people leading me to believe that people aren't as big on Kate as they used to be. All right? So for me, when I look at this, I'm like, how? How could this be a thing that people are just, so easy to move from Cade, which blows my mind. All right. But let's talk about this Pistons team, okay? So Monty Williams came out and said, like, his job was to break the bad habits. This team's fucking awful. And I made a video about it last night. They should fire Troy Weaver. There's no direction in this franchise. And Monty Williams said after the interview that Monty Williams isn't discouraged despite the Pistons having lost 11 games in a row. He says that his job was to lose the habits that are ingrained for this team. Quote, I can't say that. My job is to teach and help guys break habits that they've had for a while. I can't speak to what's happened in the past, but when you see it, you call it out and you help guys grow. The habits are something we talked about since the summertime. We'll continue to talk about it until it changes. End quote, what Monty Williams said. The Pistons have a losing record in 13 of their last 15 seasons. Yep, that's insane, ladies and gentlemen. Insane. So when we go back over here and we think about the team, this team needs to be a lot better than that they are. They're the worst team in basketball. And I like Detroit basketball, but you're getting blown out on any given night. And how's that fun for your fans? It isn't. It isn't. It isn't. Your fans don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. So it makes you start to think, like, why? Like, why is this a thing? Why is this happening? It's not fair to anybody. And, ooh, baby. Karam, we'll talk about your team in a sec. You do deserve that much, okay? But I do think, like, when we look at this, also, how's the mic sound? I feel like the mic audio, we got a new board right here. Everything's just running a lot smoother than it normally does. So I feel good. I feel good, ladies and gentlemen. Just wish the guys were on. They all decided. I know we were taking some time off for Thanksgiving, but I thought that we were going to start that on like Wednesday or Thursday, not Monday. Well, let's talk about these Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC Thunder are on a tear. But, well, I mean, we'll talk about the Thunder in a second. Let's finish this Piston stuff. I mean, they have Asar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. Right there, that's 4 guys. You want to throw in Marcus Sasser, that's 5 guys. All right. We can throw in Jalen Duren, that's 6 guys. 6 young dudes that should be getting the most run out of everybody. That's not a question. That's not a if or but. Pistons need to be running those 6 dudes. Okay, those 6 dudes should be playing 40 minutes a night. Or, because you got a good mix of vets and everything, hop on. Luke's texting me. Dude, Luke's texting me and sent me a reaction, okay? Luke, get the fuck on the show. But I'm right here. Like, the whole thing is, look at the Houston Rockets. They brought in a bunch of vets who did defense. Oh, my God. He says, wow, you suck. You suck. I thought school's over. It's break. This person keeps Snapchatting me and I don't know them. My girlfriend was also awake till 2 a.m. my time, which is midnight her time. Oh my God, did she wait until... Oh, I feel so bad. Until midnight her time. I should have stayed awake. I should have stayed awake. I should have stayed awake. I feel bad not staying up for my girlfriend's birthday. She just turned 23. I just want to send her more messages that I love her. I feel bad. You guys ever feel that? I'm just sending her hearts. I hope you have the greatest day. Let me buy you lunch. Okay. Damn, dude. Okay, so let's continue this. Sorry, I don't know if you guys are like me when you have a girlfriend, but Pistons, come on, you got too much talent to be directionless. That's the biggest thing. Like, my Washington Wizards have more of a direction than you guys have, and they have more wins, which is actually fucking sad. Let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder, because that's where we want to go. Sorry, guys. Kind of a crazy morning for me in terms of things going on in my life, but yeah, so we're over here. Let's talk about the OKC Thunder. As guys, again, this won't be the world's longest episode. Let's just sit down and talk about the team as a whole. Here's a great picture. Even though I know they didn't play the Pelicans last night, I just think this is actually a great picture that encapsulates this team on the whole. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's agree, this has like been one of the more exciting teams in basketball. They're legit. They're doing everything that you want them to do, okay? And for me, I just think, hey, they're contenders, right? They're top 5 offense, top 5 defense, like third best net rating in the NBA. Okay. I don't know. I get it, okay? I get it. I get it. I get it. That some people are gonna be like, you can't say this team's a contender, and I agree with that. Like we not it's not possible to say that they're contenders unless they're, how do you put it, actual. Is it too? Are we? Is it overzealous to say these teams are contenders? Because I feel like they should be, and I don't. I don't want to be overzealous or be like, oh, they're contenders, and then this team. But like they had a guy who is an MVP candidate last year, and I'm definitely interesting. Also, we got some breaking news. I got to we do we pivot right here? Okay, so we'll come back to my terrible OKC Thunder rant right here, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to talk about Bronny James. Some breaking news: Bronny James is healthy right now. Bronny James is warming up, ladies and gentlemen. He is warming up ahead of. Wait, this is 9 hours. This is fucking stupid. I just saw this news like they just dropped it. So we'll continue with our OKC Thunder rant because that's deserving of talking. Now, OKC Thunder. We'll talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Bronny James in a sec, that he was warming up. But the Thunder are the best. Dude, they're 10-4. How do you stop them? How do you stop them? They shot like 60% from the field, 60% or like 50% from three. They had like one of the greatest games of all time. And it's amazing. They attempted 81 field goals and converted 49 of them. Like it was the first time there was a 60-60-100 game in the last 25 years, according to ESPN Stats Williams. And when you consider how much lower three-point volume was in the NBA prior to the post 2.5 decades, it's almost even more impressive that they were able to get this done. So, Mark Daignault, legit, guys. Marky Mark, it's fun. It's fun what they're doing there. I'm enjoying it. What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, this team is just something else, okay? I just think it's like, it's just crazy to think about, like, this is a team that, I don't know, maybe, yeah, look at this. I was looking over here to see what we were doing, but I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of an OKC team being a top 2 seed? I mean, they're probably going to replace the Memphis Grizzlies as the 2nd seed, ladies and gentlemen. That's probably what's going to happen, if we're going to be honest. And, yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting to see how it'll go down and how it'll look, but yeah, I want to hear your guys' opinions on that. Are you guys as excited as I am about the Oklahoma City Thunder's future? Is this a franchise that I am rightfully hyping up, and so forth? Now let's move on to Bronny James and what the report is saying right here. What we are hearing about Bronny James, he warmed up with teammates for the first time this season before the game versus Brown. That he was warming up. We don't know if he's going to play. I personally think at this point, guys, for the sake of LeBron's career, LeBron's going to. All right, we all thought this year was going to be LeBron's second to last year, and the next year was going to be LeBron's last year. Okay, which like reasonable thing. So Bronny plays 1 year of college, and then we go into Bronny and LeBron's last year being Ken Griffey senior junior style with Bronny James and LeBron playing together. However, what it does seem to be the case is, I personally think because of the heart condition, Bronny's going to play 2 years of college ball. So LeBron will play this year and next year with LA. And then LeBron has 3 years left if we count this year. This year, and then 2 more seasons, and then LeBron retires in 3 seasons. I originally thought he was going to retire after next season, not this season, but the following because I thought Bronny was going to enter the draft, this upcoming draft in 24. I don't believe that anymore because of the heart condition. I think this is going to be a redshirt year, basically. Maybe he plays, but it's going to be very limited. And then I think he plays next year, and LeBron will play this season and next season in LA. And then his final season, he'll play for whatever fucking team drafts Bronny. All right. But let's get into this report about Bronny James and what they're saying specifically about LeBron's son. And, okay, so on Sunday, USC beat Brown 81-70. That's a way closer game. Kobe Johnson said Bronny's warm-up participation was awesome. And you guys know James has not played this season after suffering cardiac arrest at a team practice. In July, doctors later determined a congenital heart defect was the probable cause of the 19-year-old's sudden collapse. He underwent a heart procedure to get that fixed, and there is no timetable on if he's going to be healthy or not. Oh my God, why is it there? Oh, wow. Wow, sorry guys. Wait, no, that's horrendous. I also thought we had turned this off, so we're still figuring it out, guys. The screen and all that stuff, but we also have, as you guys see, we have the show on here because I need it like running, like so I'm aware of like that's going good because I'm solo. Most of the time I have somebody else watching the show. And yeah, let's move on to, we talked about the Detroit Pistons rebuild sector. We talked about the Thunder. Let's talk about my Orlando Magic as we wrap up this Monday. Again, guys, I'm not going to keep you here for too long. I'm solo. I hate hosting the show solo because you feel like you're sitting here talking to no one, all right? And that is definitely something that you get. You hate it. You hate it. It'd be different if... Would it be different if there was a larger following? Probably not, because I've done this where I've done streams where I've had hundreds of people watching, and I'm still very much the same way. I could never be a streamer, just sitting here talking. In terms of, like, no substance. Like, I like to have a conversation with people, but besides that, I definitely think we're in an interesting position because of we're going over to Orlando. Yep. Let's talk about Orlando. An interesting position because the Orlando Magic are a fun team. Also, you guys know I live here down in South Florida, and I'd work for Orlando. Orlando was like one of my first loves in basketball. People don't know that, but this team's legit, and this is the #1 defense in the NBA. This is the #1 defense in the NBA, ladies and gentlemen. #1 freaking D in the league. Paul Banchero, Franz Wagner, and the boys have been doing it. We don't even have Wendell Carter or Markelle Fultz. We're like 2 pretty solid players for our team. So even though we don't have them, which is like kind of crazy to think about that, like we just don't have them, that we're able to continue. Sorry, also guys, I didn't realize my mic, one of my mics was still plugged in. Also, I farted, but I got this new thing I can mute my. Now I'm back. I can mute myself. It's a new board we have. It's really nice. I also realized that when we change, but we'll continue talking about the Orlando Magic in a second. But when we do, I realized when Henry does move out, I want to make his room this new stew, which is going to be annoying moving all this shit. I have, like, as you can see, I have a laptop, a computer here. These are all computers. Like, I have 5 screens in front of me and a lot of tech. I'm going to take this all apart and move it to my bedroom because that's where I want my studio in the future to be. So there's, I guess, like, an expectation that I have to now. I'm not excited. I will have to take this apart, I think. That's going to be something that's definitely going to have to happen. I also don't like having the studio in here because there's this window, and when I have my lights on, it attracts bugs. I don't like that. And, like, I do need new windows. These windows aren't good. I gotta look at how much windows are. But yeah, let's continue about this Orlando Magic brand. #1 defense here. Jamal Moses got the boys cooking. They've got like 10 guys scoring in double digits. Let's look at this specifically. The Orlando Magic stats are absurd. So the Orlando Magic stats are right here. Let me tell you guys. They're a team that currently, obviously, 220 points per game scores, and Franz Wagner and the Mr. Paul Banchero. Number one defense rating of 106.7 for the best in the league. They are one game behind the Bucks. They are the fifth seed right now. And if we just look at their stats, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why I sounded like that. Oh, it's all, folks. All right, so 19 points a night from Paulo, 18.5 from Franz, 13.5 from Cole Anthony. That's 12.5 from Jalen Suggs, who's sniping it, okay? Mo Wagner's scoring 12 as well. Right there, that's 5 dudes. 9.5 from Markelle Fultz when he's healthy. Same thing with Wendell Carter. If we add those two dudes, that's 7 dudes. Throwing 9.3 from Garrett Harris. That's 8 dudes, okay? 8 dudes. And then you got 7 from Goga Bitsadeh, 6 from Jonathan Isaac and Anthony Black and Joe Ingles. Like, this team's got skill. This team's fun. They got talent. And to me, like, it makes sense why they're figuring it out, why they're having the success that they're having, and why people should definitely, if you're not following the Orlando Magic, start to follow them because they got a lot of talent, and I definitely think they're a team that are going to be perennial playoff, participants for the next decade. And I know I'm an Orlando Magic fan, so like maybe that's me just being a bit biased, but realistically, I feel like that's pretty possible. So. What do you guys think? Also, kind of like, whoa. I got cables intertwined like crazy, man. All right, I wanted to put this one cable like through my back. So it's like I don't like having cables being seen on me. Maybe that's just like a broadcast news thing. But I've always been taught like you don't want cables visible. And see how I have this tucked, even though I just hit my mic, which you should never do, guys. But let's continue and let's talk about this team. All right, and which they're fun. Last night they had a good game, and Sabonis and Fox are legit. They're one of the best duos in the NBA. I don't even think that needs to be a question. As Domantas Sabonis and the Kings, they do a good job of just knowing how to put themselves in position to win. Fourth in the West right now, they're 8-4. Their offense rating is 12th. Their defensive rating is 15th. Like they're actually playing decent defense this year. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, and Keegan Murray are their best players. You would say Malik Monk's right behind that. I've been saying they should package Harrison Barnes and Davion Mitchell for like Malcolm Brogdon or like Terry Rozier. I think that would really help this team. But holistically, they have done a good job. They have played well, and I'm impressed with how they've handled the challenge of becoming a better defensive team. Yeah, their offense has taken a hit, but it's they weren't going to be contenders with as bad of a defense as they had. So the fact that they've gone ahead and they've tried to improve in that area, I think is huge and is a testament to their coaching. And that if you're a fan of the Kings, just know that your team is turning it around. Your team has the potential to be a good team. And I think when you look at this, their performances, they're just improving. They're becoming a better basketball team. They're becoming a team that I think if you're not a fan of the Kings, you need to be a fan of the Kings because of the way that they're playing basketball. Not only are they an impressive offense to watch and they're coached well by Mike Brown, but Mike Brown's a defensive guru. Okay, he's became a good offensive coach because he's coached both sides of the ball. But he's a guy that has said repeatedly, like, we need to instill good habits. We need to make this team a better defensive team before we can progress as contenders. So I think when you see something like that, where we're seeing a team like the Kings, yes, they're willing to sacrifice their potent offense to become at least league average or a little bit above league average at defense is huge, because we've said this before. A team that has a top 5 offense or defense that is accompanied by a top 15 defense or offense are typically one of the 4 teams that makes it to the conference finals over the last 30 years. That's a combination that is typically equipped by teams that go on runs. So for me, when we see that, I think that they have the recipe, they have the ingredients to be, an actual legit team to be scared of in the playoffs. It's all about, can they mix those ingredients and cook the recipe to its fullest potential. That's what I think is what we're waiting to see. And I think the Sacramento Kings are there. They have the potential of doing that. Let's just, when is that going to happen? Time will only tell. But I think Mike Brown's got this team heading in the right direction, that you definitely have to feel confident that they're putting their best effort, okay? And yeah. Mr. Sports 8, what's up? So yeah, Sacramento Kings are great, and I'm having a great time. So, hey, Mr. Sports 8 just wrote, my Thunder are showing as the 2nd seed this morning, exactly as you guys wrote the title. OKC Thunder are too good. So Mr. Sport 8, short show today. It's just me, but we did talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. This team's like top 5 in defensive rating, top 5 in offensive rating. They're the 3rd best net rating, I think I checked last night. They got like 10 guys scoring in double-digit points, and it's just not even fair what they've been able to do, what they've accomplished. So for me, I think when we see a team like this in the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're going to be perennial contenders for a very long time. But guys, I know today wasn't the longest show, but I'm running solo. Also, this looks like James Wiseman or Ivy. Okay, he's 22. This is Shane Sharp. Wow. Okay. He's not a guard, he's a forward, he's in the West. He's not in the Northwest, so let's go. Ooh. Brandon. They're really high on Brandon Boston. Not in the Pacific, so he's in the Southwest, which means it's gotta be like, I know this is not right, but okay, he's in the Southwest and he wears number 8. So number 8 on the Grizzlies is Zaire Williams. Booyah, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. Let's go over to Hoops Grid. I might not finish this one because let's look real quickly what's on Hoops Hype, if there's anything on Hoops Hype for us. We saw it's me versus Father Time, which is cool. And we talked about Cade Cunningham saying they're bad. I think we did a good job of covering everything. They did the NBA free agents rankings. Yeah, nothing really crazy for us to talk here. So I think we're good to go to Hoops Grid and wrap up this episode. So if you guys have been here, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. There we go. I think what? Oh, give me 1 second. We need to crop this a little better. I think right here you guys can see it. Lonzo Ball, Bulls teammate. A teammate of Lonzo Ball who also played for the Bulls. Everyone's going to do Larry Nance for this one. I don't even care to do it. This is way more fun when you have other guys playing the 2010s. I'm trying to think of someone real bad. Did Kent Bazemore play on one of those teams? Nah. I thought he did, maybe. I thought he maybe did. I'm trying to think of someone who played in the 2010s that's like so random on those terrible. Oh. I guess Ryan Kelly, right? He didn't play with Ryan fucking Kelly? I guess that was the year before him. Wow. Okay. Damn. Oh, Brown? Anthony Brown, right? They didn't play with Anthony Brown? I swore he played with Anthony Brown. Okay? Swore he played with Anthony Brown. What about, he didn't play with Blakely. Also, Blake. Yeah, he never played with Blakely. So, that's. You know what, guys? I just don't care to do this solo. I'll be honest. All right. That's it for today's episode. Like, comment, subscribe.